Happy Friday! It's almost 11 a.m. and I'm finally being discharged after my lovely hospital stay. I'm just ready to go home and see Bozzy and be in my own bed. Hi, Bozzy. Go to the bed. Go to the bed. Go to bed.
Well, everybody's back home, finally, so I figured I'd give you a look around and let you know what's happening. The most funny thing is this. Bozzy needed a bath, and Grandma's handling it. She's like intense, like all up in the tub. Usually Chelsea sits like on the outside, but not Cynthia. She gets at it. If she does something, she does it all out. But I don't think Bozzy's enjoying it very much. Can you hear him? So that's what's going on there. Now the most impressive thing is what's going on in here. You ready for this? Dun 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 dun! Look at this. Look at this girl. Like she's barely home from the hospital, and she's putting together all this stuff. Hey, look, I know that guy. Putting all the stuff together from yesterday. So, are you in pain?
Only when I move.
Only when you move. So, pretty much all the time. I'm gonna come down here with you.
Okay.
Hi, how are things?
Good. How are things with you?
Things are great. I mean, you know, for the most part. Show them your arm. That's kind of gross.
I know. It had lots of tape there, and this morning they ripped it all off, and it was really painful.
It's like the worst Band-Aid in the world, yeah? Mm-hmm. Man. So yeah, we're home. Finally. Well, I guess not finally. I mean, it was like less than 24 hours, really, right? I mean, you guys got to the hospital around 2, and you got home around noon the next day. Mm-hmm. So less than 24 hours, but it was very intense, scary, depressing, lots of emotions. So, I will give you a brief rundown of what happened. So, Chelsea been having some, like stomach pain.
It started with like some cramping, and then that was Tuesday night was cramping. Wednesday morning it was like really bad cramping. My mom, she's like really bad cramping, but then it kind of over the day kind of got better. I just didn't feel right, so I spent most of the day in bed. Thursday I woke up. The first couple hours I was fine. You know, I got up, I took Bozzy out, I had breakfast, I did the dishes, and then it just like hit me. It was like constant, like someone was stabbing me in my like lower gut, like over and over and over again. It was horrible.
I don't know how you guys deal with that pain.
It was bad.
But I mean, we were having like conversations. Like, I didn't even know you were, like, in that much pain. I don't know how you tolerate it.
Well, by the time he got there, I was on some drugs. It was still painful, but they said the drugs they gave me, I forget what it's called, but it was, like, stronger than morphine. So it was pretty strong stuff that I was on. So. But no, when I was, like, in a lot of pain, I couldn't talk.
So basically, you know, before she went in, we kind of had a feeling, so she took a test, and sure enough, she was pregnant. So that was kind of like, alright, it's time to go figure out what's going on because of the pain and now the pregnancy. So she went in, they found out that I guess the pregnancy was some complications, and basically the baby was growing in the fallopian tube and not in the uterus, there you go, wherever babies grow. And so it hadn't moved down, and so it had basically ruptured it, and so and it was bleeding and leaking, and obviously lost the baby. And so they had to go in and remove the broken, ruptured fallopian tube. So that's what the surgery was for. So they got her in late last night, and everything is, I mean, you know, all things considered, I mean, yes, it's super sad and frustrating and depressing, which I think we're planning on probably doing something a little more in depth on the range of emotions that was June 5th, 4th or 5th, or I don't even know what day it is. I think it's Friday, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Friday. But so that's kind of the basic rundown, so you kind of know what's going on. So, I mean, the surgery itself was actually pretty simple, which was good. I mean, it didn't have to go that crazy. It was a lot like when I had my gallbladder removed a few years ago, and they were able to just kind of go in with like a little scope and robot arms, 3 little holes, and suck it right out. So they did the same thing with Chelsea. So the surgery wasn't that intense. Recovery shouldn't be too bad. I mean, you're not in a whole lot of pain, right? So I mean, that's good. So like I said, all things considered, this could have been way worse. You know, sometimes you just got to count your blessings in the midst of things and move forward and keep progressing. So yeah, that's what's going on now. We're still kind of decompressing from everything and kind of just trying to catch our wits and figure out what just happened, because that was quite the whirlwind 24 hours. It went from just stomach pain to our lives are changing to is everybody gonna make it out of this? And, oh man, anyway, yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah, so we're here chilling. Chelsea's being a rock star and carrying on like the soldier she is. So I'm probably gonna head to Walgreens. I'm hoping that they have her. You're supposed to put in some pain meds for her. Hopefully she doesn't need them, because I don't even know if they filled the prescription. I'm having a hard time with that, so I'm probably gonna go run, take care of that here in a minute. So anyway, I'll leave you alone. Thanks, you're the best. Oh, Bozzy's done with his bath. Look at Grandma being so caring. That dude, he's just like, yep, I am in a towel. Oh, no, he wants to come hang out, I guess. Ew! Dude. How did it go? Is this your first body bathing experience?
That's first for Bozzy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Bozzy, thoughts? How did it go? Did you enjoy your time? He's speechless. He must have loved it. Now it's time for the usual, whoa, after bath running around that Bozzy does. What are you doing? Get going. Come on. Come on. Get going. Get going. He's running back. Back up on the bed. What are you doing? Get off the bed. Get off the bed. Get off the bed. He just misses his mommy. So it's time to head to Walgreens. Fingers crossed that they have her prescription. I don't know, but we will see. You doing good? Alright. Thumbs up from the champ. Bozzy, you doing good? He does not look happy. I'm soaking wet. I'm cold. And my mom won't play with me. Hang in there, dude. It'll be okay. Okay, here we go. Off to Walgreens. I don't know, man. It almost feels like the events of yesterday are kind of starting to sink in now that, like, we're mostly back to normal, or at least the chaos has ended. Yesterday, I can't even, like, begin to explain the events of yesterday. Like, even outside of everything with Chelsea, like early in the morning, Cynthia was on her way to get the tires changed on the Xterra. On her way there, she runs over like a bolt that gets lodged in the tire. Luckily, she was able to like make it to the place to get the tire changed. But it's like, the odds of that, the weirdness of like running over a bolt on your way to get your tires changed. Luckily, nothing like came of it. It was okay, but that was weird. And then but she's out. Chelsea's at home in pain, so she's there. I'm at work, which was another weird thing. Is we had planned on getting my truck worked on, getting the oil changed, the brakes fixed, and then they were supposed to come like meet me for the softball game last night, and then take me to pick up the car and everything. And so then all that happens, and my car is at the shop in the middle of getting worked on, and they're like, you need to come home, you need to get to the hospital. I have no ride, and they were my ride to go get my ride. And so it's like, what am I supposed to do? And then I call the mechanic just to see if I can even get it, and they were like an hour and a half from even being able to get it done. So I'm just sitting at work, like freaking out, thinking like my wife's in the hospital. I don't really know why. And then in the middle of that, she like sends me a picture of the pregnancy test, which is not the way we wanted to find out and learn that we were pregnant. But you know, in chaos, things happen. So I like, oh my gosh, my wife's pregnant. I don't have a ride. I need to get to her. Luckily, Tom is the man and took me to get my car, and I called them and told them, you know, I've got an emergency. I need to get my car as fast as possible. So I got that and got to the hospital. Like all of that, like you didn't even see, because I didn't even think, like I was just so focused on like getting stuff done. My thought wasn't even like, film this, Lucas, this is interesting. All of that is now like starting to like sink in and like starting to kind of like weigh on me, and I'm realizing like, holy cow, yesterday was insane. That was just one of the craziest days, like as I look back on it, of my life. Like going through all of that, I'm just, I don't know. And like what Chelsea had to be going through, I mean, sitting at home by herself in pain, and then finding out she was pregnant and like wondering what to do. Thank goodness her mom was there to like help out, you know, eventually once she got back home, and took her to the ER. Oh my gosh, man, anyway. Okay, so yeah, we'll talk about all that later. I just wanted to get it all out. Sorry for the word vomit. But anyway, I am now here. I don't have high hopes for getting this prescription filled. They asked us like 3 or 4 times at the hospital, like, what's your pharmacy? What's the phone number for the pharmacy? And I just kept thinking to myself, like, is anybody writing this down? I mean, you guys ask us this like 4 times now. Like, someone needs to write this down. And so sure enough, we come to find out like it didn't get placed. So I called the doctor's office, and apparently they were also waiting on the phone number to fill the prescription. So I gave them the phone number, but the person who filled the prescriptions was out to lunch when I called. So hopefully that message got relayed, and hopefully they sent it here. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna go in there and hope for the best. Man, fingers crossed. Here we go. Guess what? No way. Oh man, dude, I'm telling you, I needed a win. I needed something to go right. Thank you, Walgreens, for hooking me up. So now, I have to do some more shopping. You know what's crazy about all this is, like, you always, like, as a kid, want to grow up and you want to be an adult and you want, like, to do the fun adult stuff, but you don't really think about all the craziness that comes with being an adult, like filling prescriptions and having to do all that. As a kid, when you get sick, you just, you know, you just get sick and wait for your mom to bring you your medicine, and now you have to do it yourself and fill it. This is insane. All right, I'm home, and I have Chelsea's medicine. Let's see, she's not in bed. Here she is. Yo, Chelsea, I got your stuff. I don't know how you're gonna swallow this thing. I hope you're supposed to swallow it and not otherwise. It's huge! Oh, there's stuff inside. Okay, those still look pretty big. What are you doing out of bed?
Watching Let's Make a Deal. From the 70s.
This is what they do. They watch like old TV shows that I've never heard of. Well, I've heard of Let's Make a Deal, but other shows I've never heard of. It's just what they do out here. Feeling good?
Nope.
No? Take some of that stuff, man.
Okay.
It's like super extra strength ibuprofen. Should be good. Funny story about being at the pharmacy. Like, I walk up there, and the pharmacist assistant was helping me out, and, you know, like getting the prescription and everything. She went and picked it up, and I saw her talking to like the main pharmacist about something, and he was like, oh, is this a new prescription? She's like, yeah, and I heard him say something like, oh, well, make sure I need to consult with them before they take it. And I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds intense. So they got it for me, and they're like, please walk over to this window. The pharmacist would like to consult with you about this medicine. Like, oh man, okay. So I walk over there, and I'm like waiting for him. I'm like, oh man, he's gonna like tell me all these side effects and what's gonna happen and how to do this and what I need to watch out for and how to refill it and all this. I'm like, oh man, do I need to take notes from this? I'm not ready for this. All I thought I was gonna do is just pick something up. And he walks over, he's like, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm good, sir, how are you? And he was like, make sure you drink lots of water and take it with food. And I was like, that's just food and water? He's like, yeah, that's it. I was like, oh, okay. You need to consult me with that. Isn't that written like on the instructions, take with food and water? You needed to consult with me to tell me to take it with food and water? Oh man, dude, being an adult is too stressful. I quit. I don't want to be an adult anymore. That's the end of a somewhat easier day. Yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know if it's still sunk in yet. I don't know. I mean, I was kind of talking earlier about how, like, it all happened so fast. I don't even know like if we even really knew like what was really happening. Mostly I'm just sorry to you guys that you've seen this guy for like 2 straight days and not much of the prettier half of our duo. So I promise in the next couple days, just hang with me. I'll try to like keep you entertained until you'll have something pretty to look at and Chelsea's back up to her normal self. So thank you guys all for those of you who've texted and called and reached out on Facebook or whatever platform it was. I mean, it's been a huge help knowing that there's people out there who care and really love us. So we love you guys, and I think that's been, this right here has been therapeutic, at least for me. It kind of gave me a way to talk about, like on yesterday's video, like in the hospital, like it just gave me a way to just kind of get it out rather than just sit there and think about what was happening and what was Chelsea going through, what does this mean. It was just a way to just keep talking, keep moving forward. So I don't know, thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for caring, thank you guys for reaching out and showing love to me and to Chelsea, and that you guys are thinking about us, and makes this all worthwhile, I guess. So I'm gonna head to bed. Chelsea's already there. Thank you guys again. If you are new or you haven't subscribed, please do so. Keep in touch, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.